Now on CoastTV News.
An unwedded welcome this morning. Stepping outside the door, we are being greeted by temperatures in the teens, wind chills in the single digits, and it may get even worse before this Arctic air is through. And we're also going to be talking about a little light snow for the coast tonight. We'll talk all about it in my full forecast.
And speaking of those cold conditions, we got more of that. We're going to tell you how it feels outside and how to prepare to face the temperatures.
Delaware Inauguration Day, what's on tap for Matt Meyer and what he's promising in becoming the state's 76th governor.
Buckeyes best in the land. Ohio State caps off a dominating run through the college football playoffs with a national championship win.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And we continue with our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. It's Tuesday, January 21st, 2025.
And this, my friends, it's our final hour of CoastTV News. Oh, it's this. I have breaking news.
Yeah.
Final hour of CoastTV News Today with our co-anchor, Paige Marley.
No one was going to tell me? Just kidding. I told you guys. Yeah, definitely. Last
Kind of
show.
been out there if you've been paying attention to some promos for another show that you're on.
That's true. Yeah, looking for another co-host. But yeah, Coast Life and CoastTV News Today, they're going to be just fine. We have some great people coming in. But yeah, moving away, so I can't stay. And I'm a poet.
Was it something I'm said?
Yeah, I had to get out of
There's
here.
all the Saquon Barkley references. She's like, enough. I'm out of here.
I don't like Penn State. He's not hearing me loud enough. I got to get out. So, no, I'm just kidding. No, very grateful for my time here. It's been an absolute blast. But we still have an hour to get through together, so we're going to make it fun. We're going to enjoy it. So, first, we're going to bring in a fun person who is First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono. Chris, I miss Bob, but I'm glad you're here for my last day.
Me too. I'm glad I'm here too. Wish I could bring you some better weather, but we are seeing some cold air this morning. Well, these are temperatures 13 in Seaford. We're at 13 in Salisbury, 14 Rehoboth, and 16 in Ocean City. Look at these wind chills. It feels like 2 in Ocean City at this hour. It feels like 2 in Salisbury and 8 in Bethany Beach. So you're going to need to layer up, especially if you're heading outdoors, if you're out for a prolonged period of time, and warm beverage as well. Arctic high pressure settling in right over the mid-Atlantic, keeping us really tucked into this Arctic air. We have those cold weather advisories up for Sussex as well as Kent County, and those extend southward into our Maryland and Virginia counties. So we are tracking a potential light snow for the coast tonight. Most of us will not see any snow. Bone chilling tonight. Wind chills are going to dip as low as 0 to 6 below 0 through Wednesday morning. And then we finally see a break in this Arctic air. We're going to get those temperatures back up into the mid to upper 30s as we push towards the tail end of the week. So those wind chills are going to stay in the lower single digits through the morning hours, and only this by the afternoon does it feel like the teens. And as I mentioned tonight, we dip below 0 in a few locations. We'll talk more about that and track that light snow for the coast in my full 7-day forecast in the next few minutes.
All right, thank you, Chris. Boy, those feels like temperatures, some intense figures there. So those outside temperatures, frigid, you're going to want to wear several layers today. You are taking a live look now at Lewis. We'll check that out here over the weekend. Now, we didn't see a lot of snow there. A lot of places melt because the temperatures actually got up into the 40s. But now most of that snow has melted, and a lot of it has turned to ice. So as you're heading out on your daily commute, be sure to drive cautiously and dress for the weather. Later on, we're going to hear from a couple of people in our area on how they prepare to get through these temperatures. That's later on CoastTV News Today.
Right now, we're going to take a live look at Delaware's capital city, and it's right around there in just a few hours. The inauguration of Delaware's 76th governor will take place. In taking office, Matt Meyer is the 6th Democrat in a row to hold Delaware's top executive position. Due to John Carney's resignation earlier this month, Meyer also becomes the state's 3rd governor in just 3 weeks. The former Newcastle County executive won a heated Democratic primary over the woman he'll be replacing. That's Bethany Hall Long. That paved the way for an easy win in November's general election. Weeks before taking office, here's what Meyer promised to Delawareans.
Regardless of who you support, I want you to know that in the Meyer administration and in Governor Meyer, you're going to have someone that protects you, that protects fundamental freedoms, that protects women's reproductive rights.
And with the cold conditions expected for today, some changes have been made for the inauguration. Now, this was originally scheduled to be outdoors. Now, it'll move inside. On your screen, we're going to go over some of the events for the inauguration. Meyer will be sworn in this morning at Legislative Hall in Dover. And then later tonight, he will appear at the inaugural ball at 7 p.m. That's in Wilmington at the Grand Opera House.
We're now going to take a live look at the White House. After a day of inaugural festivities in that area, President Trump getting down to business, fulfilling already some campaign promises. This includes pardoning about 1,500 criminal defendants that were charged in the January 6th attack on the Capitol, and several executive orders taking aim at the southern border and energy regulations.
The NBC's Chris Pallone shows us how he plans to begin his first full day in office.
As the new president danced and celebrated his inauguration with supporters in Washington.
This is going to be the dawn of the golden age of America.
Some 1,500 January 6th defendants celebrated their legal slates being wiped clean. As one of his first official acts, President Trump pardoned and commuted the sentences of everyone charged with crimes related to the January 6th insurrection. One cutting his ankle monitor off after getting word the new president, who campaigned on bringing law and order back to American cities, absolved him with the stroke of a pen.
This is January 6th. These are the hostages.
But they weren't hostages. They were people who were found guilty by a judge or jury or pled guilty to crimes committed as a pro-Trump mob stormed the Capitol to stop the certification of the 2020 election. One Trump official posting a picture of two brothers after being released from a Washington jail pled guilty to felony assault charges just days ago. It was one of dozens of executive orders and actions President Trump signed in his first hours back in office, many focusing on immigration and border security.
This next order relates to the definition of birthright citizenship.
President signing an order denying U.S. citizenship for children born in the U.S. to undocumented parents, a right guaranteed in the Constitution, an order sure to face legal challenges.
We'll see. We think we have very good grounds.
Sir,
people have wanted to do this for decades.
It came after an inauguration ceremony unlike anyone had seen in decades.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
With the swearing-in ceremony being held indoors because of cold temperatures and the inaugural parade marching through a nearby arena.
Many people thought it was impossible for me to stage such a historic political comeback.
Day one of an already record-breaking return to power. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Washington.
And Delaware Senator Chris Coons released a statement on the second inauguration of President Trump, saying in part, if President Trump acts in the best interest of the American people, I will work with him constructively. When he does not, I will oppose him, end quote. And then Senator Coons also spoke on President Biden departing Washington, saying, quote, Delaware stands ready to welcome you home, end quote.
And new this morning, just hours before leaving office, Biden issued more pardons, some to his very own family members. Biden pardoned his siblings and their spouses due to what he said was, quote, unrelenting attacks and threats. And then, according to Biden, the move was sparked by his belief that there is, quote, no reason to believe these attacks will end, end quote. Biden also pardoned Dr. Anthony Fauci and members of the House committee that investigated the January 6th attack on the Capitol.
Happening tonight, two proposed fast food restaurants front and center for Milton's Planning and Zoning Commission. Both would be in the 400 block of Broadkill Road. Dunkin' Donuts is seeking a preliminary site plan approval. This includes lighting, landscaping, and signage. There will also be a public hearing for Dairy Queen to build in that same area. And it was just last month that McDonald's opened its restaurant on Broadkill Road. If you're familiar with Milton, this is all in the area of the shopping center with the Food Lion and the Walgreens.
Also happening today, DelDOT's looking for public input on plans to improve biking and walking in Georgetown. Attendees can review some project materials and ask questions at a workshop that's from 4:30 to 6:30 at the Georgetown Library. If you can't attend, you can still share opinions by mailing or emailing DelDOT. All comments are welcome before the final decision's made.
Developing news in Lewis as the city is looking to bring in more money by having us pay more to park during the summer season. The city's finance committee is recommending to the council these proposed changes. One is creating a permit system for all non-metered areas. People living in Lewis will get permits at a discounted rate of $100. They also want to raise meters from $250 to $350 per hour. The committee says these recommendations come from the results of a comprehensive study and community input.
And in Bethany Beach, the town's finance committee says raising parking prices from $3 to $3.50 would bring in an additional $649,000. And that's money the committee says the town needs so they can even out their summer expenses. CoastTV spoke with a member of the finance committee, and we were told the idea of raising the parking still has to go through multiple finance meetings and then eventually town council before any changes are made.
In a game where the score was closer than what actually occurred on the field, Ohio State wins the national championship against Notre Dame. Quinshon Judkins rushed for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. This is the Buckeyes' 6th national title in program history.
All right, still more news to get to this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Now, coming up, Ocean City is celebrating its 150-year anniversary all year long. How businesses say the festivities are helping them in the off-season.
Also, Arctic blast bringing some worry, how one local is preparing for the impact of cold conditions along the coast.
But first, push for more police in Ocean City. Why the town is struggling to fill positions. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
It's been a tough year, but we couldn't be more thankful.
Yeah, with your help, we've raised more than $350,000 for Bless Our Children.
Hey everyone, Elisa Titus here, Director of Marketing for Shell Brothers. We'd like to thank all the businesses, individuals, groups, and associations who donated $1,000 or more to the Bless Our Children campaign this Christmas. It means so much to our local community.
Your generosity allowed us to give holiday funds to local charitable organizations on Delmarva. You can feel proud that you helped make the season brighter for many local families on the peninsula.
On behalf of WBOC, Coast TV, DSN, and Shell Brothers, a heartfelt thank you to you all. Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation where we bring the showroom to you.
At Delaware Electric Cooperative, safety is our top priority and we need your help to keep employees safe. When you see our team working along area roadways, please slow down and move over. Delaware law requires drivers to reduce speed and move over when approaching working utility vehicles. If you can't move into other lanes, drive at least 20 miles per hour below the posted speed limit. Do your part to make sure our crews go home safe to their families every day. Slow down. Move over. It's the law.
Coming up,
it's our cast from Severance.
Drew's got Ben Stiller, Adam Scott, and Britt Lauer.
The show is filled with twists and turns.
They're dishing about the new season.
Tuesday at noon on Coast TV.
Good morning, Delmarva, looking live into Lewis, waking up to some pretty cold temperatures, 14 degrees. We have sunrise 7:15 this morning. Not going to see much in the way of sunshine today. We're going to be dealing with a lot of high clouds. In fact, these temperatures we're dealing with could be worse. The high back in 1985 for today was 10 degrees, record low -5. Look at that record high back in 1959, 68 degrees. Well, it feels like 3 in Ocean City, feels like 2 right now in Salisbury, and 7 in Bethany Beach. And we're actually going to see even worse wind chills here within the next 24 hours by tonight and tomorrow morning, 0 to -5. Frostbite can occur in 30 minutes, so make sure you check your neighbors and those pets and cover any exposed skin if you're out for an extended period of time. So what to wear today? Well, they're going to leave that t-shirt on the rack, winter coat, the gloves, and the hat, and layer on up because we're going to see temperatures right around 22 with a lot of high clouds in play today. We'll talk more about those bitter wind chills and some light snow tonight coming up. My full forecast here in a little bit.
Got developing news now in Ocean City. The police department there saying they have positions to fill and they need to do it fast. At a recent police commission meeting, we learned that applicants are struggling to get through the background process. With about 20 positions to fill, people who live in Ocean City think more has to be done to get those spots filled before the busy season.
Well, I think part of it is budget. They may not be able to be as competitive as other jurisdictions. And maybe a lot of people don't want to live on the Eastern Shore.
Ocean City documents show negotiations for a new contract for police are currently being discussed with a March 1st deadline.
President Trump signed an executive order Monday that delays enforcement of the TikTok ban for 75 days. That ban went into effect Sunday, and then TikTok went dark for a few hours beginning late Saturday night. The video sharing platform then came back online Sunday after Trump promised to issue an extension. But that law banning the app is still in effect. The executive order only delays the enforcement of it.
Nothing But Cakes will soon require stores to be open on Sundays. Nothing But Cakes says it would consider exceptions for stores open longer than 6 months. However, so far, store owners say requests for exceptions have been ignored or not granted. New franchise contracts include this new rule.
Still ahead this morning, some Arctic blast worries. We're going to tell you how to stay informed in protecting yourself and your belongings as more cold weather heads our way.
And we've been telling you about it for the past few days. This Arctic air has its grip on Delmarva, some of the coldest air we've seen so far this winter season. We're going to be dealing with sub-zero wind chills for parts of Delmarva as we go into the overnight into early Wednesday. I'll let you know when the Arctic air will break when Coast TV News Today continues.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
When love is in the air,
oh, Jesus!
HR
Mutual consent form
is always there.
I didn't know you were seeing somebody. Who is it? Choice. Oh, it's in there, and you're not allowed to grab it because that's my private area.
St. Dennis Medical, new tonight on NBC and Peacock.
That is an insane amount of money. It's all mine. No. Go!
The banker's gonna play the baddest mother on this island.
Such a shady little... I could totally destroy him.
Deal or No Deal Island, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
What's in your crawl space? Damp air, wet insulation, maybe a little fungus. It's easy to forget about what's under your home. At Bennett Termite and Crawl Space Solutions, we've been helping homeowners across Delmarva create healthier, safer crawl spaces for over a decade. We make the process simple and worry-free, so you can relax. Every project begins with a thorough inspection and ends with a final quality check. I personally make sure we just don't meet standards, we exceed them. Remember, Delmarva, quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
What I love most about living on Delmarva has to be the agriculture. Being here, I think I just have a greater appreciation for the land that I live on, seeing, driving through cornfields, seeing farmers. I just have a greater appreciation for it. Even seeing, like farm equipment driving on the highway, I just feel more connected to the food I'm eating and where I'm living.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
The weather is brought to you by Spicer Brothers Construction. Born here to serve here. Ring in 2025 with a new roof from Spicer Brothers. Right now, get 20% off materials, plus save 25% on your entire roofing project. Our expert team is dedicated to providing unmatched customer service and quality craftsmanship. It's the perfect time to upgrade your home and start the year strong. So don't miss out on the 2025 savings with 20% off materials and 25% off your entire roofing project. Visit SpicerBros.com or call now to schedule your free consultation. Make Spicer Brothers your New Year's resolution because you deserve the best.
Time is 6:17, and you are looking live at the bright lights along the canal there in Lewis. It's normally a hub of boating activity, but I don't think that will be the case today, Chris. Just call me crazy on that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be out on the water today with those winds whipping. You get that mist. You have the freezing spray advisory at the coast. Take a look at some of these temperatures back off to the west. These are air temperatures. 2 below zero in Harrisburg, 3, Winchester, and 4 in Charleston. We are in the teens here throughout all of Delmarva, 14 in Rehoboth. We're at 13 Ocean Pines and 13 in Seaford. When you factor in the winds, well, yeah, it feels like 2 degrees in Salisbury, 3 Ocean City, and 7 in Bethany Beach. Cold weather advisories are through noon tomorrow for Sussex and Kent County. That is for wind chill values anywhere between about 0 to -6. For the southern counties, those advisories are up through 10. As I mentioned, freezing spray advisories for coastal areas. With those winds, you can get some ice to collect along the docks as well as vessels. Arctic high pressure in full force, and this Arctic air is going all the way down to the Gulf Coast. Look at the system developing in the Gulf, spreading snow into Houston. Folks in Houston waking up to snow this morning, and that snow is extending all the way to the panhandle of Florida. We have blizzard warnings up for Louisiana. It's incredible. We have temperatures today starting off in the teens, lower 20s this afternoon under cloudy skies, but feeling more like the teens throughout the day. Feels like 16 in Georgetown at 5 today. Now, tonight into tomorrow morning, it feels like 2 in Georgetown by 8:30 tomorrow. 1 degree in Seaford. Again, some areas could dip as low as below freezing, 0 to -6. And then by Thursday morning, we're still seeing some wind chills in the single digits. And then we see temperatures begin to break as we go into Friday and Saturday. Mostly cloudy skies, as Futurecast shows, but there's that snow I've been mentioning. Some light snow pushing up from the south from Dewey Beach down through Fenwick Island into Ocean City. Between about 8 and midnight, it's a brief window. Could get a quick dusting, maybe squeezing out an inch in Ocean City. It's so cold that anything that falls will stick. So we're seeing maybe potentially about a dusting to an inch from, say, Rehoboth down through Ocean City through Chickateague for tonight. 22 mostly cloudy skies, feeling like the teens tonight. That light snow confined to the coast. Otherwise, we're going to be dealing with those wind chills anywhere between 0 to -6. Tomorrow, a frigid day. The core of the cold tomorrow, feeling like 0 to 13. Donna Shepard of Milton, Delaware, you're the winner of our Paul Davis umbrella. And your extended forecast shows temperatures finally creeping above the freezing mark on Thursday under partly sunny skies. We're at 36 on Friday. All in all, the weekend looking pretty decent and dry. We're up to 47 on Sunday. Front moves through on Monday, bringing a chance of showers.
Thank you, Chris. We've been talking about it all morning. You're probably experiencing it. We're dealing with some serious cold conditions, and thanks to a blast of Arctic air, people on the coast are finding different ways to try and stay warm and be prepared as those conditions continue. We spoke with one woman who isn't just worried about herself, she is worried about taking care of her car.
Well, it has definitely been a very cold winter. A lot of ice hitting on the cars. It's good to actually put something on it beforehand so it helps you a lot better when it does get really bad. But it's been cold, freezing.
It certainly has been freezing, and for more on the weather and these cold conditions, visit CoastTV.com and also download our First Alert weather app on your phone. That way you can have the most up-to-date information.
All this brings us now to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, which job do you think would be the hardest to do in all this cold?
A lot of hard choices here, Paige.
Yeah.
I think all of them are good, but the one leading the way, we're still 39% are the watermen who help get us some of the seafood out of the bays and ocean. 33% construction workers, and then we have people voting for road crews, trash pickup, also some first responders. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at coasttvnews.com or our mobile app.
And coming up next, Ocean City is celebrating its 150-year anniversary all year long. We're going to tell you about deals and events you can expect right now. Don't go anywhere.
Listen to 93.5 The Beach, Delmarva's rock station.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch, 1 add the white cup for rice, 2. Add the blue cup for water. 3. Click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it.
The secret is perfect cook technology for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops, and keeps it warm to serve.
It won't burn, overcook, or undercook, guaranteed.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system, all for just $39.99. Ordered now.
Stay ahead of our ever-changing coastal climate with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Team. Our team is always at work to deliver the accurate forecasts you need. With us, the weather is more than a forecast. It's a part of life.
150 years of Ocean City has begun. In January alone, the Ocean City Convention Center will be celebrating by holding multiple events, including their 3rd annual Dream Fest, featuring 4 diverse performances. Outside of the center, the town's teaming up with businesses to include deals for shoppers. Bayside Skillet currently doing a gift card deal you can get in person or online for the month of January. The general manager says this helps them during the off-season.
Every little bit helps, and again, it's just reinforcing, Bayside Skillet as a place to be and come to in Ocean City for 50 years, maybe 50 years more.
And with all the events and deals happening now, the town says you can expect a lot more of these to happen all throughout the celebration year.
And we are joined again by First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono. He's back with us. He's also in for Bob today. Not expecting Bob to be on the beach today.
No, not why he took off.
Yeah, no, I don't think Bob likes the cold. He's been ripping me for wishing for snow. Rehoboth Beach right now, you can see the snow there on the boardwalk there, 14 degrees. Winds are calm, and we're going to see a lot of cloud cover today. Ocean City and Fenwick Island, 22, and maybe even a little light snow as we get into this evening for those areas. And then in Lewis, 21 by around noon. Again, a lot of cloud cover today. With those wind chills, though, it's going to feel very cold out there with those wind chills. And for the Bayside as well, we're going to be dealing with a lot of cloud cover. And again, a few light snow showers are possible through the evening hour. You can get your latest forecast anytime by dialing our First Alert Weather phone, sponsored by Roxanne Modalis and Federico. We'll have a look at that 7-day forecast coming up in the next half hour.
Looking forward to that, Chris. Thank you. Also coming up, Trump is talking offshore wind. We'll tell you about the executive orders that could impact the Eastern Shore.
Matt Meyer moves in. We have the plans as Delaware prepares to welcome its next governor.
And conquering the cold, how to prepare to face the conditions as those temperatures continue to drop. We will be right back.
Capture your favorite moments at the CoastTV photo booth. Strike a pose and snap a pic, all for free. View previous pictures and see the next event at coasttv.com under the Features tab. The CoastTV photo booth, sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
It's the incredible Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then, up to 150 pounds of torque knock out rusted fasteners. You can get Red Dog for just $19.99. Breaking news: Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-519-7208. That's 1-800-519-7208 or visit byreddog.com. Call 1-800-519-7208 now.
Ready to have some fun? Yeah. Somebody's having a night tonight.
I love this wheel. Tuesday at 7 on Coast TV.
The competition heats up.
Ain't no party like a Jeopardy party.
The Jeopardy Champions Wild Card Tournament begins.
All bets are off. Anything can happen.
Tuesday at 7:30 on Coast TV.
Get the Coast TV First Alert Weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free Coast TV First Alert Weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. Now on Coast TV News.
Temperatures are in the teens throughout the entire Delmarva Peninsula, biting wind chills in the single digits, and unfortunately we're going to see even worse wind chills as we go into tonight, plus some light snow chances for the coast. My full forecast in minutes.
How cold is it? Well, we have reaction from people on Delmarva as they bundle up to try to conquer these conditions.
Some predictable policies. Delaware is getting a new governor, and why we should expect more of the same from Matt Meyer and his agenda.
More options in Milton. With its growth, we look at the plans to bring more fast food businesses to the town.
This is Coast TV News Today.
January 21st, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Time is 6:28. Now, yesterday we saw the cold conditions force the inauguration of Donald Trump inside Washington.
Yes.
Got a similar situation in Delaware for the new governor in Dover.
Yeah, definitely. It is a chilly day. And as we bring in Chris, it's kind of chilly everywhere. I feel like everyone across the country is just a little cold today.
Yeah, I mean, that cold air is going all the way down to the Gulf Coast, and typically we see the colder temperatures inland. Well, yeah, no, we are in the teens all the way at the coast. 15 in Bethany Beach. We're at 14 in Ocean Pines, 14 in Rehoboth, and we're at 11 there in Redden. When you factor in the winds, well, feels like 1 degree in Ocean City, 2 in Salisbury, and it feels like 7 in Bethany Beach. So layer up. If you're heading out here over the next few hours, we're going to see those wind chills in the single digits, all thanks to Arctic high pressure, which is virtually over the mid-Atlantic, keeping most of the Northeast cold, and weather advisories are up through noon tomorrow for Kent and Sussex County. For our southern counties, that runs through 10 this morning. Now we're going to be dealing with the very cold air today, light snow at the coast, and then those sub-zero wind chills tonight through tomorrow morning. As you can see, throughout the morning, we're going to be dealing with wind chills in the single digits. By noon, it's going to feel like 12 degrees, and we're going to be seeing a lot of cloud cover as well. And then we'll talk more about that light snow chance for the coast tonight, and when the 40-degree temperatures make a return in that full 7-day here in just a few moments.
All right, thank you. As Chris mentioned, those temperatures frigid, so you're going to want, of course, wear a lot of layers today. Definitely really there in Lewis as well. Over the weekend, we saw a lot of that snow melt in that area, especially because it was in the 40s. But now that everything's melted, it's turned to ice. We were trying to see there on the water if we could see a little bit of ice there, maybe on the sides. If you're in Lewis, let us know if you can get a closer look there. But we did speak with people on the coast about how they're managing during this period of time with these low temperatures.
We wait until it's a little bit warmer in the day, check the temperatures to see when we can go out, and make sure we have our scarves on and our heated jackets. And he has actually a heated hat and heated gloves, and send him out that way with the dog.
And this morning, be sure you give yourself plenty of time and your car plenty of time to warm up. These temperatures can be very rough on your vehicle.
From Lewis, we move to Dover. We got a live look now at Delaware's capital city, and in less than 3 hours from right now, the inauguration of Delaware's 76th governor will take place. Delaware gets a new governor in Matt Meyer. However, by being the 6th Democrat to hold this office in a row, Meyer is promising many of the same progressive policies touted by his predecessors. The former Newcastle County executive won a heated Democratic primary over the woman he will replace, Bethany Hall Long. It paved the way for an easy win in November's general election. Now, one of those progressive policies high on his agenda, moving away from traditional energy sources.
For me, the biggest issue is that you want to make sure that those using fossil fuels are paying for the actual cost of those fossil fuels. There's a tremendous cost to the environment and to our communities of using fossil fuels. You want to make sure those costs are incorporated in the cost of the products.
Meyer's policies are in big contrast with the new president of the United States. Donald Trump is promising increasing the use of fossil fuels by slashing air and water regulations in his second term.
And today is President Donald Trump's first full day back in office. He's wasting no time reshaping the country, taking dozens of actions already on Monday. With executive orders, he's declaring a national emergency at our southern border and effectively shutting down asylum seeking there, also limiting the constitutional right to citizenship at birth. He's also trying to delay that TikTok ban. Trump is removing the U.S. from the Paris Climate Agreement and the World Health Organization.
Revoked nearly 80 destructive and radical executive actions of the previous administration.
Experts say some of Trump's moves are likely to face some legal challenges. The Constitution dictates that people born in the U.S. are citizens.
And one of the executive orders Trump signed on Monday, that was a pause to offshore wind sales. The order puts a brake on all approvals, permits, and loans for these type of projects. Now, we've reported extensively on the battle between the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management and our coastal communities. Ocean City, along with other coastal towns, are currently suing the federal government over its plans to bring over 110 turbines off our coast.
Ocean City Police say they have positions to fill and fast. According to a recent police commission meeting, Ocean City Police say applicants are struggling to get through the background process.
10 positions are new and still open. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappé shows us how police are hoping to hire full-time officers and public safety officers before the summer.
Keeping Ocean City safe. That's the police department's #1 priority year-round. And Joanne Grayson says they do a great job.
I work in a local hotel, and the few times we've needed, they have been responsive. They've been there. It hasn't been an issue.
According to a report given to the police commission, arrests have gone down significantly in 2024, with only 58 arrests this year. While crime seems to be down, recruitment has been a long-lasting issue. According to the Ocean City Council, they budgeted for 130 different full-time officers. But according to the department, they currently only have 109 of those filled, and they're looking to fill the rest. In the hopes of recruiting more officers, police recently moved their hiring process online, giving them the ability to apply in the comfort of their own homes. But according to the department, the biggest issue being faced is getting the applicants through the background process. With about 20 positions to fill, Grayson thinks more has to be done to fill those spots before the busy season.
Well, I think part of it is budget. They may not be able to be as competitive as other jurisdictions. And maybe a lot of people don't want to live on the Eastern Shore.
According to the minutes released on the police commission meeting, when the commission asked if the pay was acceptable for officers, the city manager and police command staff deferred this question due to ongoing negotiations. I'm Kevin Zappé in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Ocean City documents show negotiations for a new contract for police are currently being discussed, with a deadline being March 1st.
New this morning, it's the latest in expanding food options in Milton. After that McDonald's opened last month in town, 2 more fast food chains could soon be its neighbors. The 2 would be in the 400 block of Broadkill Road. Dunkin' Donuts is seeking a preliminary site plan approval, including lighting, landscaping, and signage. There's also going to be a public hearing at tonight's Planning and Zoning Commission for a Dairy Queen to be built in that same area.
Happening this morning, work on the fiscal year 2026 budget in Selbyville. Now, the 2025 budget projected over $9.5 million in expenses, with nearly half of those related to the town's sewer and water system. It is expected the new fiscal year for Selbyville begins next month.
Also happening today, DelDOT's looking for public input on plans to improve biking and walking in Georgetown. Attendees can review project materials and ask questions at a public workshop from 4:30 to 6:30 at the Georgetown Public Library. If you can't attend, share your opinions by mailing or emailing DelDOT. All comments are welcome before the final decisions are made.
More news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up, making meals for those in need, showing you the community impact from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service at the Milford Food Bank.
Seeking an end to losing streak. That's what Sussex Tech boys basketball team attempted to do on the road last night. The promising first half of the Ravens against Cesar Rodney.
But first, preparing for Pocomoke Library, we're going to tell you where library services will continue as that building is under construction. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
Do you have stains in your carpet that won't come out? You need Horsepower Bullshot, the all-new hands-free carpet cleaner and deodorizer. Just spray, and the stain and odor go away. Got pet messes? This black light shows a urine stain is gone in just seconds. The advanced foam action formula penetrates deep to emulsify and neutralize stains and odors. It erases blood stains, makeup, juice, coffee, and more. For older and tougher stains, just give it a little rub and watch as Bullshot works its magic. Red wine spill? spills? They're no problem for Bullshot. And watch up close as burnt bacon grease stains are obliterated right before your very eyes. Get Horsepower Bullshot for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get yours. And there's a strict limit of 3 at this low, low price. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com. So call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com now.
The Salisbury Stakes are serving up some smoking soccer action on the Delmarva Sports Network. Feel the fire as the stakes grill their opponents and sear the competition. They're bringing the heat, from hot goals to sizzling saves. It's the perfect recipe for soccer excitement. Don't miss their flavor-packed season. Get your soccer well done. Watch the Salisbury Stakes only on the Delmarva Sports Network and the DSN app.
A pleasant good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. We are seeing the core of this Arctic air settle over Delmarva here over the next 24 to 36 hours. In fact, we could be dealing with a little light snow at the coast for a brief period of time this evening, and those bone-chilling wind chills are going to be moving back in tonight as well. The core of those wind chills between 0 and 6 below zero, and then we'll finally see this Arctic air begin to kind of let up as we go into the tail end of the week. It feels like 1 right now in Ocean City. Oh, there you go, creeped up to 2 in Ocean City, 2 in Salisbury, and 6 in Bethany Beach. So we see those single-digit wind chills through the morning time frame. 22 is all we're going to do as far as a high temperature today, with a lot of high clouds and feeling, though, like the lower to mid-teens for most of the day. Bundle up. There is some relief in sight, and we'll take a look at that all-important 7-day forecast here in a little bit.
All right, Chris, thank you. Happening today in Snow Hill, a groundbreaking ceremony set for the new Pocomoke Branch Library. We're going to show you on your screen some of the new plans. The new 12,000 square foot facility comes from a collaborative effort between county commissioners and library officials. During the demolition and construction phases, the library services will continue at temporary locations in the renovated firehouse on 5th Street.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. Sussex Tech boys basketball looking to end a 3-game skid while facing Caesar Rodney. To the beginning of the matchup, Ravens up 2-1, but Caden Arazari is able to keep possession and puts the Riders in front by 2. Same side of the court, Kyson Bacon looks like he's going up, but feeds it to Karan Bacon, who gets himself a layup in his 5-2 Riders. On to the other side, now Kyle Thompson goes for the 3, and it hits the rim, but it's Jason Warrington getting the rebound, goes up, gets fouled, and makes the 2. It's 5-4 now after the missed free throw, but Holden Stewart picks it off and goes all the way down for the bucket. Ravens now in front 6-5. Riders looking to respond. They go for the triple, can't bank it in, but Davian Stevenson is there to put the Riders in front 7-6. On to the second quarter, Riders up 8-7. A pass gets picked off, and it's Monk Jones with the layup. Can't roll in, but JT Timmons gets the rebound later on. Tech down 8-10. Kenton James puts up a jumper, and he ties the game at 10 for the Ravens. On to the next play. Check out Karan Bacon as he puts up a deep 3. Nothing but net to retake the lead. Riders looking to make it a 2-score game. Here's Stevenson getting his own rebound. He's got 3 defenders around him, but still makes it in and gets the foul as Caesar Rodney goes on to win over Sussex Tech 51-37. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
Coming up tonight on DSN at 6, we have live Bayside Conference boys basketball when Y-High takes on Snow Hill. And at 10:30, tune in for a full recap of all the action tonight on the final score on the DSN Plus app. Along with that Y-High Snow Hill game, here are your exclusives. At 5:45, it's Henlopen Conference boys basketball with Laurel and Woodbridge. At 6, Easiac Girls Hoops when Delmarva Christian visit Salisbury Christian. At 6:30, more Henlopen Conference boys basketball. Milford welcomes Smyrna to the Pirate Ship.
First it won 3 Golden Globes, and now it's facing some backlash. David Daniel explains the controversy in today's Hollywood Minute.
You
can't, sir. You cannot.
Yes, I can!
The Brutalist is under fire for its use of AI. The movie's editor revealed the filmmakers used an artificial intelligence program to make the Hungarian accents of Adrian Brody and Felicity Jones's characters more authentic. Director Brady Corbett defended the film, saying the tech was used to refine certain vowels and letters for accuracy, and that Brody and Jones's performances were all their own. This month, Brody, Corbett, and the film won Golden Globe Awards.
I was sitting at this bar, I put my phone on the table, it gets swiped. These pictures start showing up, tons of selfies of a guy with an orange tree.
When Matt Stapira wrote an article about the strange pictures in his iPhoto stream, it went viral in China. The documentary Brother Orange details how he traveled to China, met the man in the photos, and the pair formed a deep international friendship. Brother Orange is now available on digital and VOD platforms. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Max warming is needed this morning. I tell you what, large coffee and hot chocolate, that'll do, because we are seeing wind chills in the single digits. And by this time tomorrow, we could be dealing with sub-zero wind chills. We'll talk all about it, and some maybe some little light snow at the coast tonight. We'll talk all about it when Coast TV News Today continues.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on Coast TV.
DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays, anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go, with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608, or go to vacutrim.com.
What I love most about living on Delmarva has to be the agriculture. Being here, I think I just have a greater appreciation for the land that I live on, seeing, driving through cornfields, seeing farmers. I just have a greater appreciation for it. Even seeing, like farm equipment driving on the highway, I just feel more connected to the food I'm eating and where I'm living.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Weather brought to you by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, dedicated to excellence in Delaware and Maryland.
Coastal Comfort knows you can't always plan when you'll need us. That's why Coastal Comfort technicians are dedicated experts. Early mornings to late nights, cold or hot weather, day in and day out, delivering quality service when you need them. Reliable, trustworthy, always here for you. Experience the Coastal Comfort difference. Call us or visit coastalcomfort.com to schedule your appointment today. Coastal Comfort, a Carrier Factory authorized dealer serving Maryland and Delaware.
Carrier, turn to the experts.
It's now 6:46 on your Tuesday. We are going to take a live look right now at Rehoboth Beach, and the sun is coming up there, Chris. It's looking gorgeous today, but we know it's not going to do much to deal with those really icy conditions.
Yeah, we're socked in the Arctic air, unfortunately, here for the next few days, and we're dealing with the brunt of it right now through tomorrow. Take a look at this Arctic air mass encompassing much of the lower 48. Miami 60, even for them, they would say that's pretty chilly. 28 in Houston, and this Arctic air is actually producing quite a historic snowstorm down across the Gulf. We're at 14 right now in Ocean Pines, 13 Salisbury, 12 in Seaford, feeling though like 2 in Salisbury, 2 Ocean City, and feeling like 7 in Rehoboth Beach. And because of these low wind chills below zero that are expected tonight, the National Weather Service has that cold weather advisory up for Kent, Sussex County through noon tomorrow. For our southern counties, that is up through 10 a.m. today. We also have freezing spray advisories at the coast for some ice to build up along the docks and for any vessels as well. So that area of high pressure centered over the mid-Atlantic, keeping us nice and cold. And there's that system down in the Gulf I mentioned. Folks in Houston waking up to snow this morning. Incredible. This is going to be a historic snowstorm. Check this out. First ever blizzard warning issued for portions of coastal Texas and Louisiana. Just incredible there. Now, for here, we are going to be cloudy and very cold. Temperatures in the lower 20s, 23 Cambridge. We'll see 24 Vienna, 24 in Salisbury. But again, feeling, though, like the teens. You kind of have to disregard the air temperatures here for the next 2 days because the wind chills are really going to be the story. 1 in Seaford tomorrow morning at 9. 2 in Georgetown by the afternoon. Doesn't get any better. Feels like 11 in Georgetown by 3 o'clock tomorrow. And then I think Thursday we'll see one more round of some single-digit wind chills before temperatures begin to slowly moderate. Futurecast shows the cloudy skies today. As I mentioned, that light snow, there it goes, beginning to creep up for many of the coastal areas, basically from Dewey down through Ocean City. It's going to be very isolated, kind of a not a high risk event here, but you can see Ocean City still in the snow there by around 11, but then it just 6 to the south and skies clear, and we are in for a frigid day tomorrow with highs struggling to get out of the teens before we see some moderate temperatures build in by Thursday. So generally thinking about a dusting, maybe we squeeze it out, maybe an inch further south you go down to places like Chincoteague, Assateague, but this is going to be confined to the coast as we go into the evening. We're talking about, a 3-4 hour window. 22 today, mostly cloudy. That light snow at the coast. Bigger story is going to be the wind chill, 0 to -6. Frigid by tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies, wind chills anywhere from 0 to 13 degrees with a north wind at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Donna Shepard of Milton, Delaware, you're the winner of our Paul Davis umbrella. We're at 20 on Wednesday, and look at that, 34 on Thursday. We stay dry. System passing to our south Thursday and the Friday. Most of the moisture is going to stay off the coast. The weekend looking pretty decent right now, 37 on Saturday, and we'll take that after these brutally cold temperatures. 47 on Sunday, and then we're at 41 on Monday with a chance of rain.
Thank you, Chris. For many, Monday was a day off as part of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, but for some volunteers at the Food Bank of Delaware and Milford, they were working to pack meal kits for children in need. This is part of the Food Bank's backpack program. Provides more than 9,000, for more than 9,000 children each week.
Martin Luther King Jr. was an advocate for people, all mankind. Of course, he fought for equality, but also helping your fellow man. And so this day of service is really all about that. How can we give back to our communities? How can we help each other as a society?
And the meal kits are distributed to 183 schools, child cares, and preschools each week.
It's now 6:50 and it's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And our coastal pet of the day, we have this cat right here, Fluffy Cat, on your screen right now. That is the name of the cat, Fluffy.
Oh.
As we can see, she is well taken care of and loved, and Fluffy was submitted to us by Jody in Millsboro.
That did catch me there for a second. I wasn't sure where we were going with that. All right, you do want to see all your pets on Delmarva. Keep sending us photos. Tell us what makes your pet special.
On your screen, there's the QR code. Scan that to get your friends to us here, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Well, we are feeling like the single digits this morning, and it's going to feel that way at least through about noon, but you see it doesn't get any better through this afternoon, feeling like the teens. We'll have a look at some relief in that 10-day forecast when CoastTV News Today comes right back.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra-bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-604-4696. That's 1-800-604-4696 or visit lizardflare.com now.
You need to lose weight, but you hate lugging out that big blender for a healthy shake. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. Designed like this shake bottle you take to the gym, it has the motor and blades built right into the lid. Bionic Blade quickly creates smooth drinks just like the big blenders. But this is portable, so you can make a shake anywhere. Make pina coladas right by poolside. Even grind coffee beans and make a quick, refreshing iced coffee pick-me-up on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 and we'll even ship it to you free. But wait, order now and get 2 sipping lids, a second large blender container, plus the sports lid. Yours free. You'll get this entire portable blending system for just $29.99. Call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-709-7148 or go to buybionicblade.com. So call 1-800-709-7148 or you can order online at buybionicblade.com.
It is 6:53. It's time now for things you need to know before you go. Today, a new governor for Delaware, Matt Meyer, the 6th Democrat in a row to hold Delaware's top executive position due to John Carney's resignation earlier this month. Meyer also becomes the state's 3rd governor in 3 weeks. The former Newcastle County executive won a heated Democratic primary over the woman he will be replacing, Bethany Hall Long.
Today is President Donald Trump's first full day in office, and he's wasting no time reshaping the country, taking a number of actions on Monday with executive orders. He's declaring a national emergency at the southern border and effectively shutting down asylum seeking there. Trump is removing the U.S. from the Paris Climate Agreement and the World Health Organization.
And one of the executive orders Trump signed Monday was a pause to offshore wind sales. The order puts a pause on approvals, permits, and loans for offshore wind projects. We reported extensively on the battle between the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management and our coastal communities. Ocean City, along with other towns, currently suing the federal government over its plans to bring 114 turbines off its coast.
Oh, boy. Well, this is it, my good friend. Paige Marley, you are wrapping up your time here on Coast TV. Very sad that you're leaving. It probably won't hit me for a while that you're not here, but also very excited about all that you have going on in your life.
Thank you. So I'm very excited as well. As you guys know, I got married in October. My husband and I don't even live in the same state. So it was a decision, I had to make. It's about that time. So moving back closer to family. But you guys have been my family for 5.5 years. So thank you. And I'm going to see you later this week.
Yeah.
So we don't have to cry just yet.
All right.
We'll save our tears.
I'll hold that off for a few days.
Yeah, we'll save our tears for Friday. But thank you guys for everything. I'm very excited as well. But before I go, you guys are probably more worried about the weather. So understandably so. So should we bring in Chris one more time?
One more time, but before that,
okay.
Good luck
Thank
your
you.
burgundy and gold. I know that counters Chris, who's a big Eagle fan, but you're my good buddy here.
Thank you. Yeah, Chris.
HTTR.
I know that I'm leaving, but you and I are a little bit like, right now, because our teams are matching up on a Sunday, right?
I know, Paige. I wish you all the best.
Thank
I know
you.
we've worked a little bit together here since I've been here since June. But yeah, I really don't wish you the best on Sunday. I'm sorry. Yeah, we have a little rivalry, the Capitals, Flyers, you got the, Eagles and Commandos, all right. All right, well, so we have bone-chilling air in play today. We have the core of this Arctic air coming in today through tomorrow. Could be dealing with a little light snow for coastal areas this evening. Most of us will not see any snow, but tomorrow, look at that, barely getting to 20 after morning lows in the single digits. We finally get above the freezing mark there on Thursday. And then the weekend trending milder and drier, 47, and then we see a chance of showers there on Monday with a front moving through. But as you go to the tail end of this extended forecast, what you don't see is any Arctic air for those that are sick of the cold. So we will have a nice weekend ahead with temperatures in the 40s by Sunday.
Sick of the cold, that's us, right?
Yes.
That's me and you. Yeah. Right over here, Chris.
That's why she's leaving.
I'm out of here.
Peace out.
All right, well, for the last time on my end, and not for you guys, thank you for joining us on Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
And of course, we will have Coast TV midday at 11, so you can stick around.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, go ahead, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great morning. All the best, Paige.
Thank you.